I've got some prosciutto here. Not really going to put the prosciutto in the, gotta look for my knife. Here it is. You could put some prosciutto. What I want is the fat. When I'm cooking, basically what I'm looking for is flavor, as much as I can. Now, okay, whoops. Again, I need a sharp knife because fat is greasy, and if you have to struggle with it, you risk cutting yourself. Then take a package of this. 2. 1, 2, and 1, 2. We're going to do and 3 and 4. All right. Let's get us some fat. Slice. Oh, look at that. Just slices right off. That's about as much as I need. A tablespoon, 15 grams, something like that. So I'll get the meat later. I want a vegetarian meal today. Let me put this in the fridge, out of the way. And now I'm just going to do some matchsticks. I want to keep it whole for the most part, so I can render the fat at the heat and then remove it, because we don't need all of that. We just want the flavor. Okay, we're going to put it right here on the cutting board. Next, I started some asparagus. It's springtime, and asparagus is tasty and wonderful in a risotto, but the pressure cooker builds up the temperature so high, it kind of destroys the nutrition of the delicate aspect of vegetables. So what I do is first prepare the asparagus, and by that I get my piece of paper, once again with the knife, which is now all very sharp but also greasy, so it cuts through things quickly. Remove the ends, which are thick and woody. With a vegetable peeler, I get rid of the skin just on the bottom. Why? Because it has a tendency to be woody, and that's hard to chew. Phil, also you end up like this. Remember, this is basically for kids. I did not know how to cook before I moved to Italy. I learned once I had kids, and I don't want the kids to chew. If you happen to be right-handed, there we are. Grab them in one hand, all of them, because we're going to put this in the risotto, right? So with my sharp knife, cut them bite-sized pieces, trying to keep the tips separate as much as I can. Now, here's the part. I put it back into a clean bowl, and it should be a microwavable bowl. So I place it in here, and then why I use a paper, because look, all the scrapes are there. Cook these up tender like, and the best way to cook vegetables in my book is with the microwave. The gentle heat retains all the nutrition. Here it is, microwave bowl. We cover it with microwavable pellicola film wrap, plastic wrap, and we put it into the microwave. For the most part, you want to cook on high, as you don't want to change it unless you're cooking eggs. So microwave on high, put it for about 3 minutes, and go. And as it cooks, we're going to get the rice ready. No, just hear it ding. Okay, ready. Another reason I wear an apron, pulling something out that's hot. I don't know where my hot pads are, but if I have an apron, it doesn't matter. I know a lot of people out there only use their microwave to heat milk. They don't know it is the best way to cook vegetables. Not only do you hold the nutrition, but the color is lovely. There's a little extra water. We're going to use that to flavor our risotto. Okay, put this on the side, keep it warm. I put zucchini made in the microwave is a different vegetable. And it's extremely safe. There's a famous Italian oncologist, Bernese or something like that, who has studied the results of 30 years and back me up on that. Now time to put the risotto together, okay? I like to use some garlic, which if I can use break it up a little bit, not too much. This will be fine. And get this green stem out. That will cause it to be bitter. Okay, so we have our garlic. The pressure is going to soften the garlic, so we don't even have to chop it. Put that waste aside. Now we need an onion. Not much of an onion. Here it is. I'm going to get my special way of cutting an onion. Getting a piece of paper. We don't need this whole onion. We're making it for 4 people. So half an onion is even too much because we don't want it to overpower the asparagus. So I'm saying 1/4 of an onion. Once you get the hang of this, you can really save time in the kitchen. But you still have to cut your vegetables. If you're really rushed, you can even skip the onion. But we're not that rushed. And there we have our onion. Okay, we've got our onion and garlic. We're ready to go to the pressure cooker. I use this kind of pressure cooker. There are many kinds out there. So many people are afraid of them, and they should be. Back in the 50s, they didn't have enough safety valves. Just to give you a quick look, this is the safety units of a pressure cooker. This is the main valve, but the pressure builds up and lifts this. It actually takes 15 pounds, 20. There are 2 lines. We want it. So it's important that we put a portion of oil to rice. This is a tablespoon. That's 1 tablespoon for 1 cup. I'm using 2 cups of rice. That should be enough for 4 people. So I need 2 tablespoons. I measured in there. And now let's put in our rice. I have this already measured out. This is 1 cup of rice. By a cup, this is a little more than we need. So this is Italian arborio rice, which is best for making risotto. And now we're going to add the fat in 1 piece, okay? And with a spoon, important part here, let's make sure that rice, each grain of rice is covered with the oil. That will prevent the starch from building up and give us no problem. We add our onion. This is a very forgiving dish. If you want more onion, put more onion in. If you want less, less. Add the salt, and it should be, that's real fine salt, so we want about a teaspoon of that. Goes right in there. Our turmeric, I put turmeric in everything, so we should get our turmeric, which is in our other kitchen. Do I put it on pause and get the turmeric? and we make sure that all the grains of rice are covered. There's my chunk of prosciutto fat. We just put the whole garlic in there. We're gonna find it later and stir it out. We add just 2 fingers of white wine. It's all about the flavor. You can have this on the heat as it cooks, but it's not even that necessary. We're going to put my ingredient that goes everywhere, the beautiful color of turmeric. Throw a little bit, you don't need much of this. And so that's stirred. I like to put not much, but this is broth that comes in a grain. Bouillon. It's instant bouillon stirred in there. And now what we do is put in our liquid. We have 2, and instead of 4, which is what you'd normally do when you cook rice, 1 quantity of rice to 2 quantities of liquid, it's about 1 1/2. So it's 2 and 3. This is our Oreo. So give it a look. You want it covered. And now we're going to bring it to the flame. First we close it up and lock your lid into place. Each pressure cooker has a different way of doing it. This is to make sure that nothing comes on, and you put it under a flame as high as it can go until you get pressure, and then you time it. So that's up. It's ready. Turn off the heat. Now, to help you have 2 choices. Let the pressure reduce naturally. Here's another safety tip. Open the lid away from you. Okay? Get your spoon as it drops under there, and look for that icky piece of fat, which is right there, and start to stir. And you see each piece of, there's another icky piece of fat. We don't really want to eat that. And we add the asparagus. It's got some liquid in here, but we want that for flavor. And then we have more things to add to it. Some grated Parmesan cheese. And what I discovered my kids like to start stirring. And now we just add some, what I like instead of butter, to smooth it out and give it flavor at the same time, especially if I have hot pepper in there, is cream cheese, sometimes called Philadelphia, but a cream cheese. And we just stir, and you can make this as liquidy or as solid as you want. This isn't exactly like Viennese, but I tell you, it's going to be good. Slow food fast. Okay, it's time to eat. And the whole thing took 10 minutes, I think.